Hello everybody, welcome back to Simple Gaming Review. I just want to make a quick video for tonight, talking about the Nintendo GameCube, of course, again, plus the PlayStation 2. So a while ago, I made a video talking about the GameCube versus the PS2, and my thoughts on both consoles, and I've always leaned towards the PlayStation 2 over the Nintendo GameCube. But I've experienced so many game consoles now in my life. I've experienced everything from the oldest consoles ever to the newest consoles ever, and then everything, in between. I've just played so many game consoles in my life. And I honestly have to say that even though PS2 is a favorite of mine, and it's still, it's still a console I do really like the original Killzone and games like Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. But I have to say that the PS2 has officially gone down in my list of favorite consoles. And the reason why this happened was because, well, I've been playing a bunch of different consoles, including my Nintendo GameCube. And yes, I have to say that I've enjoyed my Nintendo GameCube games and my Nintendo GameCube probably more than my PlayStation 2. And it's crazy to say that because I grew up with the PlayStation 2, but I also have to look at the nostalgic factors of the PS2 and why I like it so much. Because I grew up with PlayStation 2, so I have those nostalgia glasses. But after playing consoles like Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube, and playing PS3 even, I think that the PlayStation 2 is kind of overrated, honestly. And I think that the PlayStation 2 has gone down my list. The PlayStation 3, I love a lot. And I'm going to say this right here, right now. I think I do like PlayStation 3 over the PlayStation 2, just because of the games on that console. And PS3 is just a wonderful console. I also think I like my GameCube actually more than my PS2 as well. Now, this is not really like a video like bashing PS2 or anything, but it's like when you take off those nostalgia glasses, right, and you play all these other game consoles, you play all these different games. Not for everybody, but for me, I started to realize PS2 is a good system, obviously, best-selling console ever, because it was a DVD player, but even though it has amazing games, even though it's an amazing system, even though I have like 4 PlayStation 2s in my collection, yes, I have to say that I think that the GameCube in my collection is going to be ranked higher. I believe the Nintendo GameCube is becoming more of my favorite than the PS2. Atari 2600 is already one of my favorite consoles, and I think the PlayStation 3 will always hold, I think the PlayStation 3 will always have a place in my heart, and always hold so much, worth and value to me. So, thinking about all my consoles in my collection, even Nintendo 64, I do think that the PS2 has moved down in my list of favorite consoles. And, it's kind of sad to say that because I did grow up with this console. PlayStation 2 was my favorite console growing up, right? But as I've gotten older, as I've reached my, adult age or whatever, the nostalgia has kind of, worn off a little bit. Well, I'm just yeah, it's a good console. It's a great console. I can have a blast with my PS2. I can have more fun with PS2 than I can with my stupid PlayStation 5 or one of these new generation consoles, right? However, when I take off my nostalgia glasses and really look at the library, and really look at the console itself, and, just look at this versus the other game systems in my collection, yeah, I think that it's kind of overrated, honestly. And the only reason why PS2 was actually the best-selling console wasn't really because of just the games, but it was because it was a cheaper option when it comes to watching movies. It was a cheap DVD player that people would buy, but also had the addition of playing games. And that's why PS2 became the best-selling console because it's a DVD player for movies. That's really the only reason why it became the best-selling console. I honestly think if PlayStation 2 didn't have that feature of playing movies, if it wasn't a DVD player and just a game console, I do believe that the PS2's sales would have been very different, because if it wasn't a DVD player, it wouldn't have sold. It still would sell very well because it's PlayStation, but it wouldn't sell as much as it did without being a DVD player. So, but anyway, besides that stuff, yes, the PlayStation 2, I do believe, is overrated. Honestly, here's my opinions right now, okay? After using my GameCube, I believe the Nintendo GameCube is very underrated, and it's actually a very fantastic console. While my opinions have changed on the PS2, this is very overrated. It's a good console, but it's very, extremely overrated, and it's regarded as being the best. Honestly, I don't think it's the best no more. And I think the GameCube is very underrated, and very, it's a very solid console, very good console, and, but yeah, that's just my opinions right now, is, after playing all these games and using my Nintendo GameCube, I've had my Nintendo GameCube now for 2 months now, and yeah, these game consoles, they've changed my opinions a little bit on what I lean towards. Obviously, I will always love PlayStation 2, and there's still games I love on that console. But I was thinking about it, and it's like all my favorite games: Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Medal of Honor, Rising Sun stuff, Xbox Original also had Star Wars Battlefront and all that, even though I like the PS2, right? Most of my favorite games are on every other platform. Need for Speed Most Wanted is also on Nintendo GameCube. Same with Medal of Honor Rising Sun. So, looking at that aspect of it, to be like, well, yes, PS2 has Killzone and some other games I really like, but a lot of these games on the PS2, you can also play on Nintendo GameCube or the original Xbox. And when you look at that, it's like, well, the PS2 is just another game console. But again, the reason why it sold so well was because it was a DVD player. But anyway, that is my opinions as of now. Leave a like, comment down below what you think about my new opinions and how I think the PlayStation 2's slightly overrated. Maybe we look at nostalgia too much, and I have no nostalgia with the GameCube, but this thing has been amazing so far. But anyway, I'm in the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Comment down below what you think. Leave a like. I hope you all have a good day or night. Oh yeah.